Hello and welcome to Babysteps in Movavi Video Suite 2025 Part 17, the animation tool. I'm Tony of Tony's Tutorials and we're on version 3.1.1 of Movavi Video Suite 2025. Let's go straight over to the video editor rectangle here and we're going to click on the launch bar with the left mouse button. Right. Now we're just going to wait for the video editor to start up and we're going to give it a few seconds for it to settle down before we start, because it needs a few seconds to set up all the elements inside the video editor. Right, once that's done, you can either drag some video files on or add files this way. I'm going to use the sample videos for this particular occasion, so I've left clicked on there and I'm going to left click on the clouds and hold the left mouse button while I drag it to the timeline and release the left mouse button to put it in the space there. I'm also going to add the flames, so I'm going to left click on there, drag it down, drop it next to the clouds like so, and by releasing the left mouse button. There is also a slider here which I'm going to use to left click on it, hold it, the left mouse button, and drag down with the mouse, and you can see pixies there. I'm going to grab hold of that one, left click, hold, drag it to the timeline and release. And the next one is the portal. I'm going to left click on that, hold, drag it down to the timeline and release the left mouse button. Right, once we've done that, I'm just going to show you what they're all about, what each video is, right from the start. Listen and watch just to see what the differences are. Right, so the first one is clouds. There's no actual sound on the clouds, as you can hear. Right, just my voice because I'm obviously narrating. And then you've got the fire here. This is not a background, this is an overlay. That's the difference between this one and the clouds. Then the next one is going to be a background, which is a fancy background with sound on. Right, and the next one is also another fantasy background with sound on, which is very apt to that particular fantasy area. However, it might not be right for your video. Right, so first thing I'm going to show you is about the overlays. What do overlays actually do? Right, so if I click on the overlay and put it on top of the cloud, you'll see it's on the same video there and it's in front of the clouds. Right, so that's what an overlay does. It's in front of whatever the background is. Right, you can do that. You can put it on the fantasy ones. It doesn't matter which one you put it on. Yeah, let's put it from there. So it's on that one, as you can see, and it's going across both videos, so you can put it on both of them, like so. Yeah, or you could just have it on the last one if you want to, which is what I'm going to leave it on there, but I'm going to cut it down a little bit because I want to use that for a particular part of the animation, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But we've still got a bit more to do first before we do that. But let's just put this to the side for a second because I want to show you something else. As you can see, the clouds, it had got no audio on and it's got no bar here. Same with the flames, it's got no audio on it and there's no bar there. Both the fantasies have got a bar here beneath them. That bar is the audio itself, right? So if you want to get rid of it, so how do I get rid of it? So I've clicked it, so I just delete it like that and then delete the lot, right? So you can't do it that way. So what do you do? Right, so let's just put it there for a minute and put that one there, and I'm going to put this on there for starters. So let's try clicking on it, right clicking it, and as you can see up here, it's got detach audio. Let's try that. So there it is. I've got that. I'm going to delete it now. Oh, it's deleted the lot still. So what can we do? Okay, so we do the same thing. Right click, detach audio. Now we click on a space separate. Right, and then we click on the audio itself. Then right click, delete, and it deletes your audio. An easier method is to just click on the audio itself here, and then right click, delete, and then just delete the audio that way. Right. I'm just showing you different ways to delete the audio if you need to delete an audio off anyway. Okay, so next we're going to go to the animation. So this is the part we've been waiting for. So let's go right up to the top left corner where you've got the file menu and the edit menu there. Just beneath them are the icons, and if you get to the 8th icon, which is the bottom one, you got the more tools. Click on that with the left mouse button and you go up to where it says video and audio. You can stay on the video section. We've already done color adjustments, crop and rotate, position, pan and zoom and stabilization in my last 5 videos. So this one's the animation, so we click on the animation there and that gives you the name of the tool, animation and a question mark. Let's click on that question mark with the left mouse button and it says animate an object. To animate an object, select a clip on the timeline, apply a template to it or adjust the animation manually. And it says learn more as well. So click on the learn more and it gives you the documentation for the animation. You can go slide down and it gives you all the information you need there, more or less. Right? Okay. So if you need anything that I might miss, you can have a look through the documentation yourself there. Right? Okay. Anyway, if you don't want to do that, so it says there to animate an object, select a clip on the timeline and apply a template to it or adjust the animation manually. So now let's just say we haven't clicked anything. The templates are there and you can't even touch them because nothing's selected. So I've selected the flames. You can adjust the overlay. So let's just try that. I'm going to put the overlay, put that on the overlay like that. So it'll come in. So according to that template, if you watch that template, look, what does it show? It shows the fire coming in from the left to the right. Yeah. So let's just see what happens there. And it does that. That doesn't look right anyway. But say we don't want that one, we want a different one. So let's just remove those keyframes. So we want it coming up, perhaps you could do that. So slide 1. We do that from the bottom. Right. We could, oops, I've done something else there. Let's move that forward like that. So now we're going to slide up the fire. Let's come up. Obviously the end there didn't look right because it's like boxed in. What you'd have to use is some kind of feathering to stop that happening, but you could do that. So you can actually animate the flames, right? So I've showed you that. You can also do it in all sorts of different ways. You don't have to do it that way, right? That's that one. Let's get back onto the clouds now. I'm going to show you the easy methods for doing stuff here, right? So you want the video to come on from the right to the left, so it comes on because the clouds are going that way. So how do you do that? This one, if you have a look at the template thumbnail, if you go on it and you move your arrow across, it automatically shows you the actual animation on the preview screen, like so. That's not the right one. Go to the next one. That's moving in from the left to the center. That one's moving out from the center to the left, and that one's moving from off screen to the center. That's the one we want, right? We want it coming from the right to the left. Okay, that's what we want. So we do that, we click that, and that's what we got. That was pretty quick though, wasn't it? Okay, so let's just have a look at what the actual template is made of according to your timeline image. You've got 2 circles and a line, right? So if I stretch that second dot there, I'm going to stretch it across this way so it makes it bigger so you can see it. Stretch that one that way, so you can stretch them, and that makes them take longer to do the movement, right? Any animation takes longer if you stretch it, right? So you've got 1 dot there and 1 dot there. These dots are called keyframes, right? So that's the first keyframe, which is the beginning of the animation. that's the end keyframe, which is the end of the animation, right? You've got a bar in the middle, which you can use to adjust the position of it by left clicking on it and dragging it across, or you can also left click it and add a keyframe if you want, right? So add a keyframe there by clicking on it, if you'll let me. There you go, right? And then you can add another keyframe here if you want. Put that one over there, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the second keyframe we've got now, and when we get to here, we're going to just go do that, and we get this keyframe here, and we're going to do that way, right? Let's just see how that works, right? Let's go to the beginning and just play that. That's just go spinning around, isn't it? Like that, okay? I just span round because I've done that, alright? If you want to get rid of those keyframes, all you need to do is click on the keyframe that you want to get rid of, and hold on, it deleted, and then there you go. Click on that keyframe like so. Oh, it ain't allowing me to do that one. Click on that keyframe. There you go. That's worked. This one ain't working for some reason. I don't know why it's not. There it is. Remove keyframe. Click on that one. Make sure they're red before you can do anything. Right click and remove keyframe. Alright, so now we do that back to normal, and let's see what happens. That's coming in as normal. Right. That's how it was originally. Right. I just added keyframes to make it do different things, but you can also do other things. So you can adjust the keyframes that are there. Right. So let's go to the beginning keyframe. You see that's already off the screen. Right. So let's move it onto the screen for the moment while we adjust it. We can make it smaller, for example, like that. We can also rotate it if you wanted to. Let's rotate it to there, and then we'll take it off the screen so that the last nodes are behind that line, like that, right? Now let's just play that and see how that goes, right? You see, spinning round to the position it should go into. There you go, right? That was pretty good. I like that one. Right, so you could do that. The second one, you could have changed that and made it go round to there, like so. And let's just play that and see how that looks now. It'll just turn round until it goes round to all the way around to the other way. Now, like so. Okay. The one thing is, you got to remember, if, for example, let's just delete that a minute. I'll start that again. Sorry, I made a mistake there. Sample videos. Where is it? At the top. That one. If you add two things, like, for example, this one and this one. Right. So you got two sets of keyframes. You got this second end there, and you do something to that. Once you've done something to it, it will automatically add to the next keyframe. So let's see what happens when you do that. So it's gone all the way to there, and then it's taking it back. It's reverting it from there. Right? And that's what happens if you do it the easy way. You're just using the templates, right? So remove all keyframes that way. So if you want to do advanced, we'll go on to advanced next, but I want to do it using these others. I don't want to use that one. I'm going to use this one here, this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an element. So I'm going to go up to elements a second, go off there, go to elements. if it'll let me. I'm going to put an element on. Let's go for the cheeky beaming grin here. Put that on there. Right. And maybe want something else like some text. Want some text. Let's get some text from somewhere. Let's have a look. Let's try that one. Put that one on there, like so. Okay. So now we've got 2 videos and you want to put stuff on them. Obviously they come up automatically like that. And that one will come up as well. Let's just see what it looks like so. Yeah. Right, so now you don't want them to come up like that. You want them to come up how you want them to do, right? So what you can do, go to the beaming face one first, click on more tools, go to the animation, you want it to come up from the bottom. So what you need to do is look up from the bottom. Where do you get up from the bottom? There it is. Let's do that. Put that on the beginning of there. And there we go. We'll play that now and you'll see it'll come up from the bottom instead. Okay? It's as easy as that. And you can also change the ending so it goes back down if you want. Let's put that there. Let's just do that. And let's just show you. Okay? Right? So you could do that. Now if you want to use advanced methods, I'm going to use an advanced method for this one here. You can click on it, add animation. So it gives you 2. Oops, I've lost it now. I moved it down. There it is. Let's move that across. You can see it. This one there. So you got 2 different keyframes, right? First keyframe. So what you can do is you can change the keyframe size to like that and down or something like that. Then the last one, it'll be going back up like that. So let's just see what happens with that. That's brought it up from that corner. Like so, you could do that if you wish, something like that. So I've just edited a keyframe and brought it from that corner up to there. What if you don't want it in that corner? So you can get to here and you take it from the middle like that. You can put it in the middle like so and then play it like that and it'll just come up from the middle, right? Also, if you wanted to, you can add a keyframe in the middle somewhere. Just click on the middle, click that round like so, see what happens next, and you'll see it'll probably revert back round. Let's put it in the middle there, right? Let's just play that and see what happens. It didn't do nothing because I took it all the way around, right? Well, let's do something else. Let's do this. Click on this so we can get around halfway like that. Then click on another keyframe and then take it the rest of the way like that. Okay, let's try that now. Let's play that. There you go. Did you see what happened then? It zoomed back instead. So how do you do it so that it goes right round? So remove the keyframe, remove that keyframe. Right. What you need to do is do this first, right? We click on there. Click on there. What's that one? That one's down, that one's up. And we add a keyframe. So we go to advanced. When you're coming back on, easy, advanced. Add keyframe. Right, so you add a keyframe there. Right, so you add that keyframe, so you turn that halfway. That way. or actually quarter of the way, actually, it would be better. It's a quarter of the way, sorry. And then you do another keyframe here, add keyframe, and swing it across the other way like that. Like that. And we add the last keyframe there to take it up. Like so. Right, let's just play that and see how that looks. That made it go fast in the middle because of the way I've done it. But you can do it. You can do it anyway. You can choose different ways of doing it. But I liked it like that. I prefer it to be something like that. It gives you a bit of different speed and different things on it, so you can catch people's eye by a sudden difference in animation. You know, which does help sometimes because you keep people's attention then, right? So that's a way of using the advanced animation. You can also change it by clicking on a keyframe and straightening it a bit like that, or changing it that way, or you can use opacity to make it suddenly go invisible to a certain degree. Let's just play that and show you what happened there, and it should go back to normal after like that. Did you see that? Faded out for a second. So there's lots of different things you can do, but every time you want to add a keyframe, you have to click on this extra area, and then it'll say add keyframe, so you can add another keyframe there, and then just like that. So do that, and let's see what happens. Right, it's going round, so when it's invisible, and then it's gone. So that just shows you how to use animation in different ways. You can do all sorts of different things with it. You don't have to use a video. You can use a stamp or a text of some kind. You can actually use a different text as well. We'll get a ordinary text. Let's go for basic texts. Use a basic text. It doesn't matter. Even the most basic one, which is just simple. Where's the simple text? If I can find it. Can't find it. Where's the simple text? I'll look for it. Simple text, there it is. Put that on, and you can do your own animation then by clicking on it, going to Tools, Animation, Advanced, and what you need to do is just put your add animation, right? So your first animation, you click on the first keyframe, you click on where you want it to come on from. So say coming on from the top, and you want to change the angle of it, maybe. So you want to do, let's go here first, let's do it upside down for starters, like that, and bring it in from the top. So we're coming in from the top, might be a bit higher. So we do that, and then we bring it in, it comes in, and then that one you can do, bring it out a lot, maybe like so. Then you can add an animation, so add another keyframe there, and then go bring it back in like so, put it in the middle there like that. Make sure it's where the other text is, like so, and then just bring it in a bit more, probably there, right? And then you could bring it back out, so add, wait a minute, click on that one. I want to copy keyframe and then click there, and you add keyframe there. I don't know if that's going to be the same. No, it's not. I was trying to copy a keyframe, but I forgot how to do it. Never mind, just put this back to big normal size like that. Let's get it to the size of the screen. Like that. We can have that there. Right, so let's just play that and see how that looks. I forgot how to do the copy text now. I forgot. Copy keyframe, I mean. There you go. It's coming down. It's going in. Going up. And there you go. That was pretty good. He done several different movements. And that's what you can do. You can adjust it according to what you want to do with it. And you can change them. Add extra ones. If there's something that it's doing that you don't want it to do, what you need to do is copy a keyframe or something like that. Or let me show you. Remove keyframes first, and I'll start from the beginning. Right, remove keyframes. Remove all keyframes. You can start with simple keyframes, right? So click on there. Right, so first one, I've got on the first keyframe. Click on that and take that up there. Right, so that's right up there. And that's coming onto the screen like so. Then you want another one here. So do a keyframe there. That's okay. Then do another keyframe here. Right. So that keyframe is the same as that one. This keyframe is going to go up. Right, so let's just see how that looks now. Right, so let's just play that. Right, because I made that other keyframe there that wasn't attached to that one, it stayed the same until it got to the second one. That's what you need to do. You need to have a keyframe that is the same as the first keyframe in order to keep it in the same position if there's a situation where you don't want it to move. Right, that's the difference between using the advanced and the easy ones. If you use the easy ones and try to make two different animations and edit one of the inner ones, you can't do it without adding one that's exactly the same first before you do the edited animation. Okay, I don't know if that's clear enough to you. I hope it is. If you've got any questions, you can always ask me. I will try and help you understand how it works, and hope it's been useful to you anyway. If it has, please like and subscribe to Tony's Tutorials. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been useful to you, and have a good day, and bye bye for now. Thank you.